Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Racing World in Taiwan. Today we'll take you to the milestone for motor racing history in Taiwan. It is the Hyundai Auto Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix Race 2005. And this is also the very first racing event at international level that takes place in Taiwan. Join us with this fascinating program now. Hyundai Auto Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix 2005 is sponsored by the CTMSA at the Taipei Songshan Tobacco Factory on November 12th and 13th, 2005. This racing event is generously supported by the Asian Racing League. 10 national or regional teams from Japan, Korea, Indonesia, Philippines, India, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Hong Kong, and Macau come to Taiwan to enter the race. Japan, with 50 years of history at Gymkhana, also sends its elite racers to join the race. Each contestant country also picks the best 2 racers for the racing event in Taiwan through local qualification trials. These racers shall compete for personal and national honor during the 2-day racing event. Let's take a look at the contestants. Yamano and Nishihara from Japan. These 2 racers have very solid performance and records. They're also the only 2 racers that wear racing suits in the entire racing event. The 2 racers from the Philippines are frequent winners in autocross racing. Carlos also participates in sedan motor racing. The 2 Korean racers are strong contestants in Gymkhana. Il-han Young is also an employee of the development department of Hyundai Motors. The 2 racers from Macau are veterans of circuit racings. We'll see how they do at Gymkhana. Representatives from India are good Formula 1 drivers. They have pretty tough strength. Pay attention to their performance. The 2 drivers from Sri Lanka both have 10 years or more of experience in international racing events. Their performance is of course professional. Michael Song and Win Ming So are frequent contestants in the Macau GP. However, this is the first time they'll take part at Gymkhana. The Indonesian team sends the new champion and the 3rd place winner of Asian Gymkhana 2004. Drivers of the Singapore team are the national champion and the 2nd place winner there. Let's take a look at the racers from Taiwan. Shenren Huang and Yao Huayang are the champion and the 2nd place winner of Gymkhana this year. And Mong Changyang and Xianren Huang are no strangers to motor racing. Please give our racers support and wish them good luck. Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix this year, sponsored by CTMSA, has 2 major features. This racing shall adopt contestants as national or regional representative teams. Therefore, all racers from the respective countries have been pre-selected from local qualification trials. The goal of the racing event is national honor. On the other hand, all race cars are provided by the organizer. This not only makes it fair, but also eliminates the high cost of transporting race cars for racers.
中华赛车会这次主办这个国际的 Gymkhana 赛的最大的意义，就是把这种全世界的很风行，但是却是很基层的赛车运动啦，带到了一个新的境界。过去这种的 Gymkhana 活动呢，在每个国家都是入门的比赛，从来没有拿到国际舞台上。 这次中华赛车会呢，邀请了亚洲10个国家一起来把这个赛事呢提升到国际层级，而每一个国家都派出他们最强的国内代表来进行了。所以呢，也借由这个机会，让各位不同地方的车手能够交流到他们技术上面的改善，也同时呢，使这个运动呢更能普及。对于我们台湾来讲呢，更能鼓励更多年轻的人用一般的车辆来从事这个入门的赛车运动了，使到这个赛车运动呢更能健康、更广泛的发展。从另外一方面来看，就是我们能够很快的推动一个每一个国家都可以主办，尽管它没有赛车场，也可以主办的国际比赛。预计呢，我们在2006或者最晚2007就要推出全亚洲8站的这样的一个 Gymkhana 国际的巡回赛。我们希望今天台湾在这个起步上面有一个稍微的有点优势相信在我们往后了为刺激更多的选手来投入，使我们的整个赛车技术在客观环境不是很好的情况下面呢，能够有一个很好的发展。
In order to rapidly promote international Gymkhana, the first racing event takes place in Taipei for the first time, and 10 Asian countries support ardently and send their representative teams to join the race. This is already a record of which the most countries participate in one single motor race in Asia. There is no doubt it's a vigorous beginning. The quota of this international race is limited to 32 racers. Every participating country must screen out the best 2 drivers from local qualification trials. Therefore, all the contestant drivers from foreign countries are quite outstanding. Every driver has impressive achievements in local and international races. We shall listen to what the drivers have to say next.
It's a real eye-opener for me to see so many great drivers coming together to compete in an event that is easy for everyone to take part from all over the world.
That's very first time. It's a good challenge for me. Very first time in a left-hand drive car. So it's a challenge for me. I will learn something over here.
I think this race is good for me, and I think it's very popular in my country. And then I hope the participant in this race is very enjoy.
It's a good event what they're organizing because we need to have these events so that all we Asian guys can come together, and that's good for the sport, and we can promote the sport, have new talents come up so that we can reach higher levels of motorsports in the future.
Actually, it's pretty exciting. It's my first time coming to Taiwan and my first time racing in this sort of event.
Yeah, this is my first Gymkhana ever, so it's a little different experience.
Driving on a different side.
And of course, driving on a different side. I'm also not used to driving front-wheel drive vehicles, so that's also new for me. I'll go with the motto, drive for fun, and hope to do your best.
It's very exciting. I mean, it's having an FIA inscribed event and competing among the region. I think it's great. Well, yes, it actually it looks a lot more challenging than I thought it was before I got here. So, looking forward to it.
個心情係好興奮，因為呢類型嘅賽事係我個人第一次參加嘅，咁樣就希望吸收一啲呢一方面嘅經驗。
Yes, so that's what I do back in the Philippines. I do a lot of slalom and autocross. Yeah, I drive on the left side, but I drive normally a rear-wheel drive car. So driving a front-wheel drive car, it's new for me.
Race is I start motorsport as just hobby, but it is also my job because I'm a Hyundai Motor Company engineer. So this event is very special for me. So I'm very excited.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back after these messages. Preview of Individual Championship of Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix Race 2005. The first day of Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix 2005 is individual championship. 32 drivers from 10 countries shall compete against each other. First to come is the individual tournament, and here are the rules. Total number of drivers is 32. Every participating country selects the best 2 drivers to race. 3 rounds shall be adopted, different 3 designs of circuit. Driver with missed 2 routes in 1 single round will be retired. Driver with the best overall time record will be the champion. Champion will be awarded $2,000 and a championship trophy. Each of the second place and third place winners will be awarded 1 trophy. After the opening ceremony at 2 p.m., the preliminary race with 3 rounds of different routes will begin. The route designed for the first round is primarily diagonal straight lines. The purpose is to challenge drivers' decisions of brake point. When drivers apply the brakes, the dynamics of the car and the selection of the entry angle must be considered at the same time. All drivers in the first round are still in the stage of adaptation, not just getting familiar with the car, but also with the field. Tetsuya Yamano from Japan takes the lead with 28.96 seconds.
I'm using the tires performance for 100%. That's the point. And the line, it's so difficult. It's so difficult.
Shenren Huang from Taiwan comes next with a lap time of 29.22 seconds and is 0.26 seconds behind the leader. How will he make up the time?
其实大家实力都差不多，秒数的话一定会比较很接近。那当然是第一个就是减少失误，那第二个的话要更专心，拿出最好的实力。
The route for the second round consists of 5 cones. The route design focuses on 380-degree turns and 180-degree turns. This is a critical test on the use of handbrake. All drivers are more familiar with the cars in the field, and improvements on time are also observed. Tetsuya Yamano from Japan once again leaves everyone far behind with a lap time of 29.22 seconds in this round. This is also the only lap time under 30 seconds in this round. Masaki Nishihara, another driver from Japan, follows his teammate closely with 30.50 seconds. However, the condition of the car has caused him some troubles.
first try, very nice drive, near the top time, 0.04 difference. But second try, before my driver, he saw too much use handbrake. I start, but a little bit stick, rear brake, and then start slowly, boo. And then, okay, start little bit problem. Finally, have a turn. I put handbrake, but I cannot full put down because lost the time. Yeah, a very big mistake.
The focus of the third round is the designated area in the center field. It is the commonly called narrow bridge in Gymkhana. With a width of only 2.5 meters, drivers must pass through this point steadily and rapidly. The last round of individual championship is also the critical round. As night moves in, the test for drivers becomes tougher. The difference from the first two rounds between the leader Yamano and the second place Nishihara is as great as 2 seconds. It seems that the championship trophy can be considered taken home if the leader maintains his performance. But a mistake happens and the championship falls into the hands of his teammate Nishihara. Tetsuya ends up with second place. The third place winner is Juan Carlos Anton from the Philippines.
今回初めてモータースポーツで10カ国アジア10カ国の代表選手が集まって今回のイベントが行われたんですが、そこで勝つことができて非常に本当にベリーハッピーです。本当に嬉しいです。でこれが今年だけじゃなくて今後アジア各国を回ってどこの国でも年1回なりラウンドになるなりますます発展していくことを望んでおります。初代チャンピオンとして僕も次の試合にまた挑みたいと思います。
Hello everyone, this is Tetsuya Yamano. Unfortunately, I got second place on this individual Gymkhana. I don't know why the third try is so slow. I don't know why. The first try was okay. The second try was good. Third try, very slow. I don't know why, but it's a game. So really happy to get the second place position. Thank you very much.
I'm Carlos Anton. I'm representing the Philippines, and we were able to finish third place today. It's a tough race, and I was quite surprised at how good the competition was. There are 32 drivers here, the best in the whole region, and I'm just very happy to have finished third behind the 2 Japanese champions. So hopefully in the knockout system, the next race, I'll try and win that one. Thank you.
Yongren Huang has the best performance among Taiwanese drivers. He ranks 5th among the 32 drivers.
因为我们毕竟算是地主国，所以的话可能压力上面会比较大一点。因为今天比赛的地方是在我们自己的地方台湾，那我们总不能让我们台湾的人丢脸，所以我们会给我们自己的压力会大一点。所以可能因为有一点紧张，所以导致说这个成绩的话有一点不尽理想。
The best part of the first day racing is individual elimination tournament. Here are the rules. One-on-one elimination match by the ranking from the first place to the 32nd place regardless of nationality. The last standing individual driver shall be awarded the prize of $2,000 US. Every trial is crucial for drivers in the elimination match. Just one mistake and the chance to advance will be lost. After 3 cycles of elimination, the last 4 contestants are Yamano from Japan, Meng Chaoyang, Yaohua Yang, and Shenren Huang from Taiwan. Taiwan has a great opportunity to win to victory in individual elimination match. Pitifully, after the intensive duels, the Japanese driver Yamano has the upper hand, and the Taiwanese drivers lost the championship.
Hello everyone. I won the Grand Prix prize game, which is very exciting. I hit the cone, but it was okay. He hit the cone too, and well, I got the champion of this Grand Prix. I'm very happy about that. Thank you very much.
有点可惜，然后又觉得也很高兴。因为毕竟对方也是个赛车的高手，然后有20几年的赛车的经验。当在比赛的时候，当然也非常想要为国人争光但是不幸的不小心也跟着也撞到一个锥。我想我们台湾一定有机会能够在世界上的比赛能够赢得胜利的。
The Japan team is the biggest winner in the first day of the race. It wins all 2 individual trophies. Despite Taiwanese drivers being no less competitive, they lack a little bit of good luck. They can only watch the trophy being taken away. The country versus country group tournament is the next day. We shall do our best and honor our country. Stay tuned. Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix will be back after these messages. The second day of Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix is the country-to-country tournament. 12 teams will participate in the first stage. In addition to 9 national teams from Japan, Korea, Indonesia, the Philippines, India, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Hong Kong, and Macau, Taiwan also sends 3 teams that consist of the top 6 drivers from the individual championship in the previous day. Taiwan Team 1 is represented by Yongren Huang and Qianren Huang. Taiwan Team 2 consists of Jikai Liu and Panglong Wen. Taiwan Team 3 consists of Meng Chaoyang and Nai Chi Chan. The rules of the race are total 12 teams in the race. Every racing association from every country may send only 1 representative team. The race adapts single-cycle tournament. Each team sends 2 drivers for every match. 2 wins out of 3 trials will be the winner. When a tie happens, then the winning drivers of the 2 teams shall proceed to the 3rd trial of the final showdown. The team with the highest score shall be the team champion. Drivers' physical strength, endurance, and focus will be challenged in this stage. In the same time, the 2 drivers must work and compensate with each other. This is the only way to achieve the highest score from the 11 rounds. Total 66 matches will take place in this stage. After the first 18 matches are finished, Taiwan Team 1, Taiwan Team 2, and Japan Team have earned themselves 6 points each, and they are now the leaders. In the next 6 matches, Taiwan Team 2 unfortunately loses to the Philippines team with 0-2 and is the first losing team of the day. Now let's look at the race. On the left lane is number 24, Jikai Liu. His rival is on the right lane, number 14, Rivera from the Philippines. Despite Jikai Liu takes a marginal lead in the first half, in the end he loses the race by 0.04 seconds. Next, the number 30 red car on the right lane is Panglong Wen from Taiwan. Against the silver car in the left lane, number 13, Carlos Anton from the Philippines. Because the timings for the 2 teams are kept separately, the driver from the Taiwan team takes a late start on purpose, so the rival driver may be loosened up a bit with a deceived lead. However, this tactic does not work as planned. Taiwan Team 2 is out by 2.1 seconds in the end. And Taiwan Team 1 loses the battle in the match against Japan Team. Now the 2 teams in this race have not yet lost any race so far. This is truly a duel of champs. In the black car is Qianren Huang from Taiwan. His opponent in the red car is a veteran racer, Ishihara from Japan. This match seems to prove that old ginger is spicier. Nishihara wins the first match by 0.5 seconds. Coming up is Yongren Huang from Taiwan in the red car. His adversary is a famous driver in both Gymkhana and sedan motor racing, Tetsuya Yamano. We have tried to find out his secret of straight wins through the interview. However, he is very cautious and won't reveal anything. Despite Yongren Huang doing his best, he still loses to the old veteran by only 0.68 seconds. Points for all the national teams so far. Japan team takes the lead with 8 points. Taiwan team 1, Taiwan team 2, India team, Indonesia team, and Philippines team have earned 6 points each at the same time. They're all ranked in second place temporarily. After another 12 fierce matches, half of today's racing is finished. In the progress of the racing, the match between India team and Indonesian team is spectacular. The black car you see now is James Sanger from Indonesia. The red car on the right lane is Gill from India. In the first trial between the two teams, India team wins the race marginally by 0.34 seconds. India team in the second trial is represented by number 5, Banerjee, in his silver car. And the Indonesian team sends out number 3, Hardianto. Now we can't tell the leader among these two equally good drivers. In the end, Indonesia team settles one score in the second trial. In this situation of tie among the two teams, the third trial of the final showdown will soon begin. In the first two trials between the two teams, the result is a tie of 1-1. In the key third trial, Gill from India ends up with 32.60 seconds over 32.82 seconds of Hardianto from Indonesia. India team is now in second place. Currently, Japan team keeps the glorious result of straight wins and remains in first place with 12 points. India team ranks second place with 10 points. Taiwan team 1 ranks third place temporarily with Indonesia team and Philippines team with 8 points. And Taiwan team 2 and Taiwan team 3 follow behind with 6 points and are trying very hard to catch up. We will take a break and we'll be right back after these messages. In the bottom half of the national team tournament, all drivers must push their endurances to the limit to defend their current positions or even move ahead. In the match with India, Xianren Huang from Taiwan Team 1 loses the first trial. Luckily, Yongren Huang comes to the rescue and is able to give his full capacity. He has earned the critical 2 points from 2 straight wins, and the team rank rises from 3rd to 2nd. It looks like a chance to win the trophy has just become bigger. Let's look at the actual race. Now in the black car is Gil from India, and the red car is Xianren Huang. Obviously, Xianren Huang has applied his frequent tactic of a late launch, but his time is somewhat slower and he loses the race by a tiny margin. Now the drivers in the light blue gets number 29, Yongren Huang of Taiwan Team 1. His rival is number 3, Banerjee from India. He drives a silver car for the race. Later on, Yongren Huang has made the time of 32.88 seconds and beats the 32.02 seconds made by his Indian opponent. Now it's a tie of 1 win and 1 loss. Next is the 3rd trial of the final showdown. In the showdown, drivers from both teams are the winning drivers. Now number 29, Yongren Huang is on the right lane and number 4, Gil is on the left lane. Yongren Huang ends up with 32.76 seconds and beats Gil's 33.16 seconds. This win guarantees the chance to advance for Taiwan Team 1. After 48 matches, Japan Team keeps its record of straight wins and ranks first place temporarily with 16 points. Taiwan Team 1, India Team, and Indonesian Team rank second place with an equal 12 points. In the 54th match, the myth of straight wins of Japan Team has finally been put to a stop by the Macau Team. Despite Nishihara has beaten Kalokmak without any problem in the first trial, the second trial driver Yamano accidentally loses to Macau driver Kit Mung Lei at 33.60 seconds versus 33.22 seconds. However, in the 3rd trial of the final showdown, Japanese driver Nishihara takes care of Kit Mung Lei easily at 32.04 seconds versus 33.14 seconds. And at the same time, he contributes the 18th point to Japan Team. The championship trophy is almost guaranteed. Now it is Yamano in the black car against Kit Mung Lei in the silver car. Let's see how the myth of straight wins is broken. The mark barrel is not knocked down, no major mistake, but if a curve is passed with a larger radius, then it will reflect on lap time immediately. Coming up is the trial of the final showdown between number 8 Nishihara and number 14 Kit Mung Lei. Nishihara looks very easy that he is saying hello toward our camera. He seems to be very sure about his victory. The two drivers are driving the final showdown cars. Even though no one gives advantage to the other in the entire race, Nishihara has the edge in the end. But King Menglei's expression is telling us that the result doesn't matter anymore. The 59th match will tell us whether Japan team may claim the championship early. The rival is the highly competitive Philippines team. In the first trial, Japan team sends number 8 Nishihara to meet the challenge from number 13 Carlos Anton from the Philippines. Carlos is concentrating on the starting line, but Nishihara is keeping his easy style. He's very relaxed and pleasant and takes a slow launch. Perhaps this is his confidence. In the end, Nishihara wins the first trial with 31.88 seconds. In the second trial, red number 14, Rivera from the Philippines, is behind the wheel. Japan team meets the challenge by sending Yamano in the silver car to the fight. Because Japan team is very certain about the championship, much of the pressure for Yamano is taken away. We don't know if it's taking the enemy lightly or the friction of the runway on the left and right lanes. Rivera beats Yamano with 32.70 seconds in the second trial and takes the match into the third trial. It is number 8 versus number 14, Nishihara versus Rivera. Nishihara adjusts his position over and over again and takes the launch. Finally, in the showdown between Nishihara and Rivera, Nishihara has the sharper edge and wins the trial. This win also makes sure that Japan team receives the third championship in this racing event. We've invited the two champion drivers to share their secrets with us.
Hi everyone. We're beating everyone. What's the secret to win the game each is mental. Think, be cool. That's why I can win the game every time, I think.
山野君が負けても何も考えない。自分のポジションをキープするだけだから、今日はタイムトライアルだから、スタートゴール勝ち負けじゃないので、タイムだけなので、自分の走りに集中するだけだから、で山野君が負けた時は多分山野君の車の調子が悪かったんだろうから、自分の車の調子が悪くないことを祈って、普通に走るだけです。
After all the matches are finished, Japan team wins the championship with 22 points. India team and Taiwan team 1 share second place with 18 points. In the situation of equal points from two teams, the final result shall be determined by the fastest lap time. Taiwan team 1 is the third place winner.
当然是很高兴说今天能够参加这个国际性比赛，然后虽然没办法拿到冠军，但是也很高兴今天能够拿到第3，团体队的第3。
那我们先对啊，也是一样，至少说我们今天台湾有留下一个奖杯下来，没有全部都让外国人拿走。
未来我当然希望说明年还有继续有这种比赛，可以到比如说明年换到别国啊，我们也可以像到别国去参加这种比赛。
我在这里是希望说我们的地方政府还有我们的赞助商各大企业能够多多支持我们台湾的赛车活动。相信如果说有各企业来支持我们的话，我们的成绩会更好的。
We will be back on Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix after these messages. The second stage of the racing event is National Team Tournament of Gymkhana Taiwan Grand Prix. This is also the last race of the racing event. Now we'll look at the rules for the race. Total 16 national teams in the race. The difference with the previous race is if a tie happens at 1-1, then the team with the faster total time may advance. The final winning team will be the Grand Prix winner. After 2 rounds of intensive competitions, Japan Team, Sri Lanka Team, Taiwan Team 3, and Korea Team are the 4 teams of the final race. In the semifinal for Japan Team and Sri Lanka Team, the first trial drivers are number 8, Nishihara of Japan Team, and number 17, Lawrence. The focus of the entire audience is when the myth of straight wins of Japan Team will be terminated. And the guessing is over. Nishihara loses the trial with 28.30 seconds to Lawrence's 27.86 seconds. At this moment, the hailing of the entire audience rocks the sky. Will Japan Team's chance for advancing to the final be taken away? The second trial is Yamano in the silver car versus Fernando in the red car. Everyone's attention falls on that. If Japan Team loses now, then Taiwan Team may have the chance to challenge for the championship. In the end, Yamano wins the race with a grand slam of 28.04 seconds against Fernando's 30.22 seconds. The result of the total time allows Japan Team to advance. Now it's time for the race between Taiwan Team 3 and the Korea Team. Driver in the red car is Nai Chi-chen from Taiwan. His rival is the formidable Il-han Yoon from Korea. Despite Nai Chi-chen having the advantage of being the home team, he loses the race at a fraction of a second with 29.12 seconds to Il-han Yoon's 28.90 seconds. The next trial is number 21, Mong Chao-yang against number 9, Sing Woo-yang of Korea. After the finish line, Mong Chao-yang has made the time at 28.32 seconds, beating Sung Woo-young's 28.76 seconds, and wins the match by a total time with only 0.22 seconds, taking back the right to enter the final race of the elimination tournament. The greatest battle of this racing event is the duel between Taiwan Team 3 against Japan Team. Will Taiwan be able to keep the championship trophy? And will Japan Team win all the crowns of laurels? We will soon know in this last battle. At the start line of the first trial are Nishihara in the red car and Naichi Chen in the blue car. Before the launch signal comes, Nishihara remains with his easy style, sitting still. He twists the wheel a little bit, adjusts his sitting position, and gives a smooth launch after the signal is sounded. In the end, Naichi Chen finishes with 28.62 seconds and loses to Nishihara's 28.04 seconds. Now the pressure lies on Meng Chaoyang. Now, number 21, Meng Chaoyang must achieve a lap time 0.58 seconds faster than Yamano for victory. For the audience's support, Meng Chaoyang promises that if he wins, he'll use the cash prize and buy everybody dinner. In fact, everyone will cheer him no matter what. Perhaps the pressure is too great for him. Meng Chaoyang's performance is totally abnormal when he needs it most. He loses the trial to Yamano at a great difference and hands out the chance to win the trophy once again. How regretful. Let's listen to what the drivers have to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. I won the race and Japan's got a champion of international championship. I'm real happy. I'm real happy about that. So what I'm gonna say to rivals is go practice every day. Just kidding. See you later. See you next year maybe. Thank you very much.
Now I'm very happy. Super. This time, first time, maybe first time motorsports, 10 countries together fighting the Gymkhana. I hope next year, after next year, every year have a same this event. City this organizer in Taiwan. Thank you very much.
非常可惜，昨天跟今天2天都差一点就能够拿到冠军。但是在这次的世界比赛当中，发觉到天外有天，在日本的选手他们已经把车辆的操控已经操控得淋漓尽致，然后发现了他有很多不同的操控的技巧，值得我们去学习。非常希望下次还能够有这个机会，能够继续参加这项的比赛。好，谢谢。
这是我第一次参加金卡纳比赛，然后真的觉得实力上其实是有差的。我们国内车手还有许多蛮需要去培养的地方，真的是实力上有差啦，开了就知道。当然，我希望说有机会再来参加这个比赛，希望说多推广这些活动，那我们这些车手都会来参与的。谢谢。
With guidance from the National Council of Physical Fitness and Sports and Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee, sponsorship from Taipei City Government, and co-sponsorships from Nanyang Hyundai Motor and AMD, this racing event is perfectly administered. The biggest winner is Japan Team, winning all 4 championships. Yamano and Nishihara win $5,000 each. For Taiwan, the host country, despite no trophy being won, but for all the participating drivers, it's a great experience of international racing. We believe that the level of racing in Taiwan will continue to improve, getting better and better. Drivers from all of the 10 countries also look forward to the next racing event.
The Auto Gymkhana has been something very different for us from India. We never had any Auto Gymkhanas in India so far, so it's all new for us. But all the drivers are really good. It's been tough. Yesterday we were really finding our routes. We didn't know what we were doing. Today we are much better, and I think most probably we'll be finishing second. So it looks good. The organizers are really good. They're very helpful, and they've gone out of their way to make sure that everything is really going well. So I think this sort of a sport can really grow. It's real grassroots and it's cheap. Anybody can come and take part in their own car. So hopefully this will grow.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic event. It's been a great opportunity for us to get to know people from the region and to compete regionally. It's been very exciting, a little unpredictable. You know, sometimes you know what's going to happen, sometimes you have no idea. So it's been a very exciting experience. We're very, very happy at the end of the day.
我觉得这个比赛呢很好，因为什么？因为我们可以跟全部车手都坐在一起，可以交流我们的技术啊，交朋友啊。我这次过来台湾是第一次参加这个Gymkhana，我觉得这很新鲜，很好。我希望台湾跟其他亚洲的国家继续做这个比赛。
嗨，各位朋友，大家好，我是第一次来到台湾参加比赛，也是第一次呢参加左手边驾驶的一个汽车比赛，挑战非常的大。但我在这个2天的这个赛程当中呢，学到了很多东西，整个感觉很好玩，没有压力。况且成绩还不错，还挺满意的，比我预期中的还要好，因为是左边驾驶，所以本来这不是带着很大的希望来到这里，但是赛车手嘛，都是希望到podium上去，就是目标总是奖牌还有冠军。谢谢。
我自己就在这次比赛十分大的压力，因为我没有尝试过这个方式的比赛，所以很不习惯。另一方面是我们香港的车是右方驾驶的，这边是左方的，所以我很不习惯这个驾驶方式。所以我想，如果有下一次机会，我可以会更加好的。
We're now coming to the end of our show today, and we will see you soon again in the next Racing World in Taiwan.